Hey, so I was gonna make a video today in response to my other video being taken down where I named my attacker. And his first name is Oliver. So in the other video I included his last name, and I think oh yeah, there's YouTube terms and service um, will take down a video if someone doesn't like. YouTube will take down a video because it's in the terms and service agreement. If you make a video about someone and they're uniquely identifiable and they don't like it, they can get it taken down. So I actually feel kind of vindicated by that. That's like a good turn of events for me, because what's said is said, what's out there is out there. The reason why I need to name him on a platform like this is because I don't have as much agency as him. He is able to go around to lots of places I used to frequent and badmouth me and make people not like me. I don't really fucking care. It's just that it makes me not safe when people think I attacked him, and he seems to convince people of this. And so that's why I made the first video, because he, I don't know what it is, but I definitely didn't do anything to this person. He definitely did really hurt me. And the reason I'm so traumatized is because the way everything, the culminating event was like him showing up at my house in the middle of the night trying to get in. So like we had been in an abusive relationship, we had broken up, and then he tried really hard to get to me, and I kept saying like, no, I need some time, and I had just had brain and spine surgery, and that is also why I was vulnerable and preyed on by a person like this. I would call this person a predator. And again, his first name is Oliver. And so yeah, so I'm getting backlash in the form of like victim blaming, like from his friends, and it's interesting. Like, so I have one of the messages from one of his friends here. And from what I understand about this person is they've had a role in social service with vulnerable populations. I don't think I'll say anything else, but his friend of his thinks things and is really dangerous with his opinions, and the reason it's dangerous is because, okay, so here's what happened. So Oliver tried to break into my house almost 3 years ago. I've been really public about it ever since, and one of Oliver's friends wrote a call out on Facebook like over a year ago or something. He called it a call out because he wanted Oliver's victims to contact him, he said, because he said he had a problem with this and wanted to address it. He didn't name Oliver in his post, but he made it pretty clear who he was referring to. And I didn't see the post. I don't have this guy on Facebook. I used to, but because he's friends with Oliver, he actually took me off Facebook. So it was shown to me by a friend. And then a mutual friend. We have so many mutual friends, me and this person. So so I got the post, and then I left it alone. I thought it seemed fishy. I didn't want to deal with it. And then I ran into Oliver at a survivors event. Again, that's why I made the other video. Oliver goes to events for survivors of victims of violence, which he shouldn't. Maybe he is a victim of violence in some fashion, but he is not a victim of me. And that is what he continues to assert, apparently, and people believe that, and I think that's really stupid. And there's like 4 other victims of him that I know of. So, I mean, believe what you want, but like the way you're exiling me because I've been victimized is fucked up and wrong. So I try to address that. And so, sorry, to backtrack. So he had made the post. I didn't write to him at first. Then I ran into this friend of Oliver's, and I ran into Oliver, and so I was triggered. So I wrote him then. So I wrote him after Pride Week in Ottawa, because during Pride Week I saw him once and heard about him being somewhere another time where I had been planning on being. And I didn't go because I had a feeling he was going to be there, and he was there. So, and he went there specifically. It was another survivors event, and Oliver went there to tell people I raped him, which, like, that's what I heard. I don't know. And so I wasn't there, but that, I don't know. He says I raped him. It's funny. I'd like to actually know, like, what he says I did. But then again, I don't really want to know that, because it's completely made up, and it's just that it's so stupid that I don't understand, like, what about it people are believing. But so I wrote to his buddy. Then his buddy took a very long time, and then once I posted the video naming Oliver, his buddy then wrote me back. So it wasn't really in response to my writing to him. It was in response to me posting the video. And I guess, come here, none of that. Come in. No. So, sorry, dog is scratching on stuff that she shouldn't. Anyways, so he took me a long time to write back, and he wrote back basically just to address that I named Oliver on a YouTube video. So, I'm not going to read it, but I want to address parts of it. Because, well, first of all, he says he wasn't sure how to write back to me with our community's best interest in mind. And I don't really see what this has to do with the community. I mean, well, yeah, the community's best interest is that this guy doesn't prey on people, actually. And that's what I'm trying to address. So, I don't know. And then he says Oliver was afraid of me and he had to support him during this time. And that is bullshit, because I wish Oliver was afraid of me. Because if Oliver was afraid of me, I don't think that he would have tried to break into my house after I allegedly sexually assaulted him. I don't think that it would have taken 5 cops to get him to leave, and not even, he really didn't, he fought with them about that. And then his friend goes on about working with Oliver on boundaries and helping him learn how to assert boundaries. And so when I wrote to him, I was just saying, this is a problem. Your friend is an abuser, and I can't go to stuff. And I actually don't have on hand the thing I sent him. But I know it was very triggered and anxiety-fueled, so it obviously pissed him off. And that's the weird thing, is that he goes on about being emotional about this because Oliver's one of his closest friends, and that scares the fuck out of me. And then he says Oliver hasn't tried to contact me in 8 months. That scares me too. When did he try to contact me? 8 months ago. And why? He should not be contacting me at all. The reason why I don't have a peace bond, is because I tried to get one, and they told me there wasn't enough evidence. So him trying to break into my house wasn't enough evidence. I know if I had had a lawyer, I probably would have got one, but I didn't. I was fresh out of surgery, had an incision in my head. I had to wait 5 hours at the courthouse, and then, it was several weeks actually after my surgery, because I wasn't able to go into the courthouse right away because I was so unwell. But then by the time I got there, the justice of the peace told me he had to either threaten to choke or stab me. I don't know. Anyway, so okay. So I don't like dealing with the police and the justice system, and I did try, and I felt re-victimized, so I stopped pursuing it, and I'm just trying to go back to living my life. So his friend here talks about how he doesn't trust me because I've treated his friend poorly, and he doesn't wish me any harm, but He doesn't want to talk to me or about me, and he doesn't want to try to control how others perceive me. But that is what you're doing. My behavior is causing great harm to Oliver, he says, but that's funny because it's Oliver's behavior that's causing harm to Oliver. Like, Oliver just wants me to be quiet because he doesn't want people to know his secrets. So it's not me doing the harm, it's him doing the harm. And yeah, he also mentions, like, I know about your sexually assaulting Oliver. And it's like, okay, funny. What's that? Tell me more, except don't. And then he ends it with, I don't ever want to, like, hear from you unless you get, like, a friend to, like, write to me on your behalf. So, I didn't do that. I wrote to a bunch of people that we know in common and said, like, this is fucked up. What is this guy doing? Like, this is Oliver's friend, not Oliver, just to make it clear. And there was another, like, friend of Oliver's who did similar things. So this is what happens, just for educational purposes. Once you go around naming the person who hurt you terribly, if you're saying, hi, friends, I don't want to be, like, in secondary contact with this person. I can't be because, like, he really tried to hurt me. He can't find out where I am. Like, this is all really dangerous. Like, this is dangerous. Like, he can't know my whereabouts, right? And here I am, like, being on the public internet, but I try to keep things on the down low, like, about where I am and stuff, and at any given time. And it's really hard to live your life like that, and I've been doing that now for almost 3 years, just being really careful, and then I still run into him, so it's not like I can control anything. So, you know what, like, I'll be okay, but I'm gonna just keep telling my story, and I'm gonna keep saying what actually happened, and I'm gonna make it public, because that's how I feel safe and comfortable, because if you're gonna try and con me into talking to you in private, and then you're gonna say abusive, fucked up shit to me, like, that's not true, because you don't know me. Oliver's friend. Oliver's other friend. Yeah, it's just, I'd rather have it out in the open because it's disgusting. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong here. I don't see how, like, I even have, like, any, like, I don't have enough, like, fucking, like, again, I would like him to be scared of me. He's not. I would like to have as much, you know, power or privilege or whatever that I feel he has. And maybe to him, he's like, oh, poor me, oh, like, I can't, everybody knows my secret, oh, I can't go anywhere, oh, not my fucking problem, not my problem, not my problem. Like, that's him. He did this. He did the bad stuff. Just because he doesn't want people finding out about it. I don't know. I think that's probably, like, that's really all I want to stress right now. I'm surviving. I'll be okay. I have a support system. You know, you may think I'm crazy, and maybe I am, and I'm not okay with someone who tried to hurt me, like, dominating all the spaces where I felt comfortable before. And those are Ottawa queer spaces. So that's where he's taking over. And, like, anything activisty and socialisty and queer, and so that was my community. Now it's all fucked up. Yeah. Okay, I don't know. It's enough.